Yeah, welcome everybody to my channel of AG Maths, the way of life. Uh, in the previous video, we have discussed about types of function, and we found that what are one function, many one function, how one is having two divisions of onto and into, how to understand what is one onto and what is one into. Similarly, we have discussed about what is many one onto and many one into. Today, I will discuss something more in this class about invertible and inverse functions. Now, to discuss that, I decided to take you through a question. The question here is, f is a function from natural to natural, that is natural number to natural number means the domain and range both are natural. Is a function defined as given as 8x square plus 4x minus 4 is the function given, right? Now we have to show that this function, when we consider domain as natural and S a different type of set, but it should be of the natural number, where S is the range of f is invertible. The function will become invertible with limited value of range but unlimited natural numbers as domain. We also have to find the inverse of f and hence find a value of f inverse 20. So this is the question which I have picked up. It's a type of function usually comes in our board exams or standard 12, and this will cover the topic of my invertibility and how to find the value of inverse function. Now to prove that a function is invertible, we have to prove that it is a one and onto. Condition for invertibility is the function should be a one and onto. One as well as onto. If a function satisfies the property of one and onto, then we say it is an invertible function. So what I suggested you that condition for invertibility of the function should be one and onto. That is the theory we will apply to prove that this function, given function 8x square plus 4x minus 4 is an invertible function. First of all, we will try to prove that it is 1. So for 1, what we will do, 1 function, the algebraic condition we remember as per the last video that fx1 should be equal to fx2. That is the algebraic condition for a function to be a 1. And if I get the result of from here, if I get x1 is equal to x2, then it is 1. That was the theory what we have discussed. Now what we should do here, in the given function here, this line fx is equal to 8x square plus 4x minus 4, in this function I put once x1 and another time x2 on both sides. So what I get is fx1 is equal to 8x1 square plus 4x1 minus 4, and second time when I put x2 I get 8x2 square plus 4x2 minus 4. Now we have to equate these two in order to find whether we get x1 is equal to x2. So what we get is 8x1 square, properly 8x1 square plus 4x1 minus 4 is equal to 8x2 square plus 4x2 minus 4. We cancel 4 and then we take on one side 8x1 square minus 8x2 square plus 4x1 minus 4x2 is equal to 0. Correct? Then what we get is take 4 common, then we can write a square minus b square, or we take 8 common from here and we write x1 plus x2, x1 minus x2, then we write plus 4 x1 minus x2. Now the term which is common is 4 times x1 minus x2. So we write 4 times x1 minus x2 as common, and what remains inside is 2x1 plus 2x2 plus 1, which is 0. So as per the product rule, we can say either this part is 0 or this part is 0. If this part is 0, then x1 is equal to x2. And if this is 0, then we get some other relation. But you see here, this cannot be 0. Why it cannot be 0? This portion cannot be 0 because it is all addition terms. All addition term, apart from it, it is from natural number to natural number. And we know natural number do not have any negative values. These are all positive numbers. So x1, x2, whatever I take from the domain, or if I take from the range, either from this, I get here all the positive numbers. So when I put x1, any value in the counting, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. It is also 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. So the whole thing is positive. So it cannot be 0. So we write here that second part cannot be 0 as 2x1 plus 2x2 plus 1 is never 0. So only one result I got, x1 is equal to x2, and this is for 1 condition that fx1 is equal to fx2 if I put in the given function and I get only this result, then the function is decided to be a 1 So we have proved that the function is a 1 function. Now the next part we have to prove is that the function is a onto function. So how we go about that? Let's see. I'll work out that for your knowledge here. That what is the onto? For onto, write for onto. Proving this function as onto. Function is already given 8x square plus 4x minus 4. This is the function given, and for onto we know the codomain has to be equal to the image. If codomain and range are equal, if codomain equal to range, then we say it is a onto function. Now codomain is represented as y, and codomain is fx and images are called y. So we will have again to that. Suppose I get 1 here. If I put 1 there in the given function, then I get 8 plus 4, 14 minus 4. So I get a value which is called 8. 8 into 1 square plus 4 into 1 minus 4. Likewise, we get different values. And here we will get This is called the S set and this is called the N set. Now this is y is equal to fx. We said for onto the codomain and range has to be equal. Then we write that y is equal to 8x square plus 4x minus 4. We write directly because that is the condition for onto, algebraic condition. Now if I write like this, then we have to express x in terms of y. Or we say we swap x and y. So how we write that? We write 8x square plus 4x minus 4 minus y is equal to 0. Now looking at this, we find it is a quadratic equation in x. If it is a quadratic equation in x, then the a value is this, b value is this, and c value is this much. So we can say this is the c value. This is a, this is b and c. And we know in quadratic, as per Sridhar Acharya's formula, it is minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. This is the Sridhar Acharya's formula. Now putting the values of ABC here, what we get is minus 4 plus minus under root b square is 16 minus, and there is a minus sign for before c, so it will get positive 4 into a into c. C is 4 plus y, and the whole is divided by 2 into 8. On simplification, what I got is minus 4 plus minus under root 16 plus 32 into 4 plus y over 16. Right. When you further simplify, taking common from the under root sign, from here your 4 will come out. So it will become minus 1 plus minus under root 9 plus 2y over 4. So that is what is the final expression of x. So we have written x in terms of y, and this x in terms of y we say whether plus and minus both will take. We will not take both. Here the signs are plus and minus. You see the relationship. If I put n to s, both are natural number to natural number. So natural number to natural number, we never get minus. If this is minus as per the formula, and if I put this also minus, then the overall result will become minus, which is not allowed. We should have only the real counting number. So reject negative sign. Then this sign is only rejected, so we get minus 1 plus root over 9 plus 2y over 4. This is the value for x. Now this x we call as, or we write here as, if y belongs to S, my y is belonging to S. If y belongs to S, then n x belongs to n. That's very important to write here. This statement you must write at this stage. Now, if we write this, then we can say my x is nothing but a different function. We call this function as g of y because y is the variable here. If I put any value of y, I get the x value. Suppose we are putting 8 here. 8 was here in the set. If I put 8 here, so 8 into 2 is 16 plus 9 is 25. Under root of 25 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we are getting that. It is verified. So this is called a function which is gy, right? If it is gy, then we will again swap it and write it as gx is equal to minus 1 plus root over 9 plus 2x by 4, because we have already swapped here. We have written y in terms of x in terms of y. So now we are writing x in terms of y in terms of x. That is a reswapping again. And this is what is called f inverse of y. We call this as f inverse of y. That is the inverse function. F inverse y is root over 9 plus 2x minus 1 by 4. Now if we have to find the value of f inverse 20, simply put 20 here, because the x value is 20. You put here, then what we get? F inverse 20 is equal to minus 1 plus root over 9 plus 2 into 20 over 4. This gives you minus 1 plus 7, because this is 40 plus 9 is 49. 49 square root is 7. So this is minus 1 plus 7 over 4, or it is again 6 by 4. 6 by 4 is called 3 over 2. So 3 over 2 is your final answer to this problem. Okay, quickly I'll give you a faster way of finding the inverse. What are the quick steps to find the inverse of a function? You can note down those things for your convenience if you want to, or if you already know, fine. Easy way to convert. Easy way to convert inverse function. Step number 1, what you'll do, suppose you have got a function fx is equal to x plus 7 over 3. This is a function which is given to us. Now we'll write first step as y is equal to fx. Use a different thing to show that what we are going to do. Write y is equal to fx. This is the first step you do. Then what do you do? This becomes second step is swap the x with y. Swapping of x with y. So what you are getting is, if I write x is equal to y plus 7 by 3. This is swapping of x with y. Third step. Third step is solve for y. What is the solution for y? Now the solution for y is, we write 3x is equal to y plus 7, or we write y is equal to 3x minus 7. So this is what is your y. And now we will call y is equal to f inverse x. Now we can say that this y is your f of inverse x. What you got is the f inverse of x. So your final answer is f inverse x is equal to 3x minus 7. So, my dear everybody, the first step is whatever function is given, you will write y as fx. If fx is here, we will write y against fx. So it becomes y is equal to x plus 7 by 3. Second step is swap x with y. How we swap x with y? Instead of y, you write x, and instead of x, you write y. So this is called swapping of x with y. Third step is solve for y. From this relation, I am solving to get y, and we got y is equal to 3x minus 7. And whatever you got in y, we call it as f inverse x. And that is what is the inverse function of the given function fx. It is never right that you invert the function. Normally, inverse of x we write inverse of x is equal to 1 by x. So, inverse of this function cannot be said to be 1 by fx. This is not the meaning of inverse. You see, it is not the reciprocal of this, right? So, inverse function is, these are the steps. I hope it is clear, and if you have liked this video, please click the icon button for liking, and also subscribe in order to get more and more intimations of my upcoming videos. I'll keep on giving you best of possible ways to solve different types of problem and understand different concepts in an easier way. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Thank you, and meet you again.